All right, so we are going to look at our review document here. So you went to v.gd/North study, compare and contrast two genocides, and that brought you to this. So you should be at the point where you are ready to describe similarities and differences. And it's nice to have a couple of stages that you're going to be looking at for similarities and differences. So you're going to name the stage, say what was similar, and then why is that like an important similarity, right? Just that the stage exists doesn't actually make them similar, right? We know all 8 stages are in a genocide, otherwise it wouldn't be a genocide. That's what makes the 8 stages down here so powerful, is that you can see all 8 in every single genocide ever. So what you're going to say is, what's the stage? And why was it similar, and why is that an important similarity? Over here, what was the stage? Why is it important, and why is that important or what was different and what's in a different why is it an important difference? All right, so to give you a silly example, right, I would say that McDonald's and Burger King are more similar than different, right? Like they both have burgers, they both have fries, they have everything. As far as their food, they're more similar than different. Now if I was going to talk about their restaurants, I would say they're pretty different. Even though they're both fast food places, they're way different, right? Like McDonald's is usually way cleaner, way more convenient, open more hours, all that. They're still really different. So you want to go beyond just what an observation. You want to go to high school level answer. You say why it's important. All right, so the way you're going to do that, you come down here, click side by side, Rwanda and Holocaust. That'll help you compare them if you can see them side by side. And here it is. Here it is in the comparison, and we'll read through a couple of these with you. So here's your stage, dehumanization, equal to humans or vermin. Holocaust, they were shown as rats on propaganda posters and movies. Rwanda, the Tutsis were called cockroaches. All right, is that similar or different? Okay, is that similar or different? I would say that is pretty stinking similar. So even though they're different animals, right? Cockroaches, rats, different animals, what you do to both of them when you find one is similar. And that's what you explain down here. That's what you want to explain down here. Why is that an important similarity? Why are those similar? Rats and cockroaches. Think about the effect on people if they're called cockroaches or if they're called rats. I think there's going to be a similar effect on the people. Okay. So this one is the Holocaust and its organization. They built the concentration camps, and the SS, these secret police, or the kind of a military unit, were trained and to kill and to find Jews as the German army took over new places. Rwanda, the Interahamwe was created, this non-government army. They were allowed to train death squads with army help. So you can see that both the government is involved way more here, right? This actually is the government. This is not really the government. Like they have some influence, but the militia are taking the lead on the genocide, not the government. And the Holocaust it is here. So you want to explain some of that, the role of government there. Polarization. Eventually, Jews could not have contact with non-Jews. They could not marry, work, or even sit on a park bench with a non-Jew. Rwanda, Tutsis were blamed for economic problems, for money. Powerful radio stations spread hate speech and lies about Tutsis. Like they'd say they were spies and things like that. So is the polarization, was it done similarly or was it done differently? Okay. Preparation. In the Holocaust, lists of Jews are made up and rounded up into trains, put on trains to round up in ghettos. They were put on trains to concentration camps, which turned into death camps. Many Jews were used as slave workers. Interahamwe militia were given lifts and places to look for Tutsis. Some were rounded up and kept captive. Roadblocks forced people to show identity cards. If someone had a Tutsi ID, they were quickly killed. So it's more of a find and kill than like even really round up. Okay. And extermination, 800,000 Tutsis and some Hutus were killed in 100 days. Farm tools and machetes were used. It is estimated 200,000 Hutus participated in the killing. 6 million Jews were murdered by Nazi death squads and concentration camps turned death camps over a period of 6 years. Many died in mass shootings and in gas chambers. So does that seem similar or different? And remember, you can pause the video. In denial. Many deaths were hidden behind camp walls. Bodies were burned or buried. In Rwanda, most deaths were in the open on the street. Some bodies were later buried. During the Rwandan genocide, many world leaders refused to use the term genocide. They wanted to pretend like it didn't happen. There have been books and movies arguing that deaths were part of a war, not genocide. That's all denial. In the Holocaust, many deaths were hidden. I already said that. Some said it didn't happen, right? Even though that's been well documented. And that is it. Now you want to use all that information to answer these 4 questions, 4 prompts, right? Name, why was it similar? Name, why is it similar? And why is that important? Difference, why are those differences important?